Namaskar, Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwatah. A very good evening, everyone. A cordial welcome to all of you to the international webinar on status of Ayurveda in global prospective conducted by Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad. Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad is an organization formed by certain devotees of Ayurveda with the divine aim of re-establishing knowledge of Ayurveda among common people. To fulfill the aim, it creates an appropriate platform for growth of Ayurveda and coordination among different persons and institutes who are working in the field of Ayurveda for the betterment of this unique healthcare system nationwide. On this occasion, I feel immense pleasure in welcoming our chief guest, Professor Sunil Kumar Joshi sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Uttarakhand Ayurveda University, Dehradun. Dr. Joshi sir has worked to restore the Ayurvedic system of medicine and communicating it to the world. Sir, we are really blessed to have you with us today. I extend my warm welcome to the National Executive Committee members, Professor S.P. Mishra ji, Margdarshak of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, Professor Govind Sai Shukla ji, the President of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, Professor Ashwini Bhargav ji, General Secretary, and Professor Yogesh Chandra Mishra ji, Organizing Secretary, under whose able guidance the organization is sincerely working for attainment of its goal. I wholeheartedly welcome the conveners of today's program, Vidya Swaminath Mishra ji, Director, School of Ayurveda, Anand Ashram, Milan, Italy, Dr. Suren Chaudhary ji, Secretary, Central Office and President, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, Uttar Pradesh, Professor K.K. Dwivedi ji, Head Department of Kai Chikitsa and Panchakarma, State Ayurveda PG College, Varanasi, and Dr. Tanmay Goswami ji, in charge of Videsh Vibhag, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, and coordinator of today's event, Dr. Kartikeya Tyagi, Associate Professor, Department of Panchakarma, Uttaranchal Ayurvedic College, Uttarakhand Ayurveda University, Dehradun. I also take this opportunity to welcome our honorable speakers of today's program from all over the world. On behalf of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, I welcome Dr. Motoko Sito from Japan, Dr. Raksha Shetty from Ghana, Dr. Pusia Fernando from Colombia, Dr. Mithilesh Saha from Nepal, Dr. Dilbag Jindal from Poland, Dr. Padmini Damayanti from Sri Lanka, Dr. Santokh Singh from United Kingdom, Dr. Anna Vasilivia from Russia, Dr. Korolina from United Kingdom, Dr. Hattie Lian from Myanmar, Dr. Aparna Padmanabhan from Indonesia, Dr. Gori Junarkar from USA, Dr. Babul Akhtar from Bangladesh, and Dr. Linia Fordera from USA. We are really grateful to all these speakers. Those are present here to share their wisdom with us today. Last but not the least, I also welcome all the audience, which includes scholars, academicians, researchers, and all the members of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad attending the seminar, whose enthusiastic presence is very encouraging and inspire us to conduct such events. I hope the session will prove to be very fruitful. Welcome one and all. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir. In the same sequence, now I request to Professor Dr. Govind Sahai Shukla, sir, National President, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, for giving brief introduction of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad. Dr. Shukla, sir.
Good, Dr. Kartikeya. Yat prabha patlodbhashi bhashate yadyapi bharatam ayurvedatmakam jyotihi shashvatam na prakashitam. Very good evening to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Uttarakhand Ayurveda University, Professor Sunil Joshi ji साहब, Professor S.P. Misra ji, Yogesh Chandra Misra ji, Professor Mahesh ji Vyas, Vice President, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, K.K. Dwivedi ji, Professor Aswini ji Bhargav, Dr. Tanmay ji, all dignitaries. Dear friends, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad is committed to popularize the supreme Indian scientific approach in the area of health management through Ayurveda, not only in India but at able to global level since 1977. We know very well we can achieve the age of 100 years with good health if the follows the principle of lifestyle which are mentioned in our Ayurvedic text. Our ancient Acharya Ayurvedic physicians have also introduced the Rasayan therapy. For survival, the human is up to 100 years. Ayurveda is not only maintain the health, but also have importance in the field of treatment of human being without any complications. Without any complications through medicines, treatment, and other without any complications, Ayurvedic procedures like Panchakarma, Char Sutra, Agni Karma, Dolokavacharan, so many procedures we are using in Ayurvedic treatment. Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad is engaged in different areas through its students, teachers, researchers, scientists, manufacturers also, and always working for developing all sectors for organizing various programs like seminars, webinars, training programs, pharmaceutical training programs, and also personality development programs, etc. from time to time. That's our prime motto, to glorify the Ayurveda, developing the environment of quality education, quality medicine in all national level, opening the Ayurveda universities in all states, opening the research center in all states, opening the government Ayurvedic colleges in each states, and hospitals and pharmaceutical companies also. I wish that we would be able to establish Ayurveda, health and medical science as the supreme system of medicine and health at national and international level, with the support and guidance of the learned Ayurvedic fraternity and all Ayurvedic lovers. I convey my best wishes to organizers for conducting a very nice program for propagation of Ayurveda. Ayurveda for Netu Kamayam Rajyam Ne Swargam Ne Punarbham Kame Dukkattanam Praninam Artinasanam. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Karthik.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, Dr. Govind Shukla, sir. Now I request to Dr. Tanmay Goswami, sir, CEO Goswal Ayurveda Institute, Russia and India, for giving a brief introduction about Vishwa Vibhag of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad. Tanmay, sir.
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां संजीव यत्खिल शक्तिधर स्वधाम्नां अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. Good evening to all of you, my dear friends, and all great stalwarts of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, who have taken a great endeavor to establish a great team of honest Ayurvedic doctors nationally as well as internationally. The effort is going on. Nationally, at every state level, this is one of the most accepted Ayurvedic organization at present? Well, if I go to explain about international aspect of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, then it's very important to explain the aim behind the aim of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad's international cell. Geopolitically, everyone knows about, if you go any country of the world, they know about Ayurveda, yoga, and ashram and spirituality and meditation. This is what I was doing survey even yesterday with some of my doctor friends and Ayurveda people, those who are here taking treatment at this moment in our ashram at Udupi. So everybody knows what is Ayurveda, what is yoga and spirituality and meditation, but they don't know that it comes from Mother India. If you go to America, they talk about Ayurveda, but they never talk from where it comes. They talk about yoga, but they never talk about what is the source of yoga. Even they have made their own yoga now. The aim is to give the best yoga or best meditation. That's a different segment, but Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad want to inspire with this and want to give Ayurveda at its best with uniform standards to whole world as it is. It should not get mitigated or it should not lose its fundamental in the name of massage. Mother India, which is the source of this Ayurveda and all Indian great sciences, has a motherly desire to keep feeding people so that this Ayurveda can really reach to the mankind in its real form. As Vedic culture believes in, Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu, all should be happy. It's not only Indians. Sarve Santu Niramayaha, all should be free from Amaya, which means diseases, which is one of the main prayer of our Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad. Even in Ayurveda, there is a lokeshana. Whole loka should have the desire to give love, affection, health to whole world, whole cosmos, whole universe. Vishwa Bandhutva, the friendship with whole world, is a motto of Indian culture as well as Ayurveda. Thanks to present government of India, where a big initiative has been taken to bring geopolitically yoga, Ayurveda, and all Ayush systems in a very proper way so that they can reach to all. Before, it was just something which is not connected that much to India, but now it is getting connected. You'll surprised to know that I was hearing that there is a beer yoga, there is a gun yoga, there is something which is like taking example of yoga. So there was a form of yoga has been with the time, some, not all, but it lost its touch and it became more like an exercise in the West, in some countries, not in all. But that has been minimized to maximum by present time because India, which is the source of this knowledge, wanted to give to all. So the Ayurveda also has to play such role through Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad so that we have an aim of one of the main aim of International Videsh Vibhaga of Videsha means, many of you if you don't know about that part, Videsha means which is not from India, the land. We don't believe in that way because we believe that whole world is one Ajanabha and India is a navel of the whole universe. So we have our main aim of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad's Videsh Vibhaga is to bring uniform guideline, uniform standard, where no country should be deprived with the nectar of Ayurveda. The great effort of great acharyas who are present with us, if I take the name, it will be very, very difficult for me in this time. But yes, Yogesh ji, Guru ji, our Govind Shukla ji, our Dr. Mahesh Vyas ji, Suren Chaudhary ji, and There are so many, it's not possible to take everybody's name. Kamlesh Kumar Dwivedi ji, our Ashwini Bhargav ji, and the young team which is coming up, which is having, Kartikeya is here with us. And, in this whole list, which I saw, I'm very happy to see, people who are from very various part of this globe. Nepal, Dr. Mithilesh Saha, whom we will listen. Sri Lanka, Dr. Padmini ji, we will listen. Bangladesh, Dr. Babul Akhtar, we are going to listen. Myanmar, Hite Lim, Doctor, we are going to listen. Indonesia, Dr. Aparna Padmanabha, we are going to listen. Japan, Dr. Logoko Saito, we are going to listen. Russia, Dr. I will say doctor, yes, because she came and learned a lot of times with Ayurveda. Anna Vasilieva, who is with us. Poland, Dr. Dilbag Zindal. UK, Dr. Carolina and Dr. Santosh Singh. USA, Dr. Gauriji and Linia Forderer. And Ghana, Dr. Raksha Shetty, whom I know very well, she's from Udupi. Colombia, Dr. Kusia Fernanda. And you will surprise, I have one very surprising guest with us here. Dr. I call her as a doctor means knowledge. Why is the doctor, but they don't have a medical degree as such. Ina Zilberman, who is actually an integrated nutritional doctor advisor, who is here. Hello, she's from USA. It's 12 years, I think. 12 years, every year comes to take Panchakarma and learn and practice in USA, in Cleveland and in Washington, D.C. Her daughter, Sonia Zilberman, is doing wonderful things in Washington, D.C. And we have one more interesting. If you go on YouTube, you will see Natalia, who has become now Lalita Shivam, who is a musician who has combined Ayurveda with music. My dear friends, now the time is changed. Time is changing. I would say not changed yet. Our great stalwart, Sunil Kumar Joshi ji, is here, who has done the great contribution in Marma and bringing that with his heart, sweat, reaching it to each and every person in the world. We are going to listen to him now. I won't take much time. I love to see all of you promoting and propagating Ayurveda, not for us. It's not for India, it's for all. But Mother India should not be forgotten when it talk about Ayurveda, because we want to bring standards. We know that Sanskrit, if that root is cut, the tree get dried up, or some other toxic plant can grow. So don't do that. Therefore, that's the main aim of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, to give food to the tree of this whole world level Ayurveda as a root, so that we can supply ethics, sincerity, and uniformity standards. Over to Dr. Karthik Tyagi, and let's continue this great webinar. Thank you, sir. Karthikeya, your mic is mute.
Thank you. Thanks, sir, for joining me. Thanks a lot for your words. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest, Professor Sunil Kumar Joshi, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Uttarakhand Ayurveda University, Dehradun, Uttarakhand. I request you, sir, to deliver your speech.
नमस्कार सूर्यज्येष्ठो दक्षस्त्री दस्पति वैद्यो दिवसदो सुनासीर श्रेष्ठ सपरिकर धन्वंतरे बुधे इमे सत्कारुण्यां विरुजकरणेन सुनिरतां सदा वैद्यान दद्यु कर कुशल सल्ले सफलतां. सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. It's my pleasure and privilege to participate in today's international webinar. I am thankful to organizers and the National Executive Committee of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad to provide me a chance to participate in this beautiful international seminar. Professor S.P. Mishra ji, Professor Yogesh Mishra ji, Professor Vyas ji, Professor Bhargav ji, Professor Dwivedi, Professor Govind Shukla ji, Dr. Surendra Chaudhary, and all members of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, I welcome you all, and I am highly thankful to all of you to give to organize such a beautiful seminar. I welcome you all, respected speakers and the participants. You will listen the knowledgeable discourses of learned speakers about status of Ayurveda in global prospect. As we know that during COVID-19 pandemic, whole world is acknowledged the limitations of the modern medical science, and they have also acknowledged the scope of the Ayurveda. The pandemic has shown this yoga and Ayurveda is an important way to enhancing the immunity of fighting COVID-like infections or any other disease. In future, new dimensions of Ayurveda will be available worldwide, and it will be beneficial for suffering humanity. I think a lot of uh, experts are there, and they will deliver their discourses, and I am very much eager to hear all lectures of all these experts. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir, for your blessings and your kind words. Now, moving towards the international speakers. First of all, I would like to invite Dr. Hetai Lin from Myanmar. Over to you, sir. Sir is there, Dr. Hetai Lin? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, Kartikeya. You're audible.
Thank you. I think due to some technical problem, we are unable to connect with Dr. Hetai Lin. So next speaker, I would like to invite Dr. Raksha Shetty ma'am from Ghana to express her words. Over to Raksha Shetty ma'am.
Gam Ganapate Nama, Om Dhanvantare Nama. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Raksha Shetty. I'm joining you guys from Accra, Ghana, which is in West Africa. Delighted to join our Ayurveda fraternity from all over the globe. Thank you, Dr. Kartikeya Tyagi, for inviting me to share few facts about Ayurveda practice in Africa, or about Ayurveda in Africa, which clarifies some of the myths versus reality. I will begin with my own journey about Ayurveda in Africa. Once I finished my BMS, I moved to Nigeria with my husband, where normally people scared of kidnapping and armed robberies. Still, with my husband and my friends' support, I thought of start practicing in a hospital which run by the church. Then we started our paperwork around 2008-9. That time even we didn't know where to get register myself, and what is the legal point for immigrants to practice, and how to get it done, the needed things, or like medication, Ayurvedic medications, and all other things, because going out easily is not possible in Nigeria. So finally, somehow we got information that we have to register myself under a local traditional herbal medicine council. There, like if you register yourself, that is the local herbal practice. So if you register for that state, you can't practice for another state or something like that. Unfortunately, one thing hurt me a lot is that while registering, naturopathy, homeopathy, osteopathy, all these pathis can be registered under their own system, in a health ministry. Only Ayurveda was not recognized. Ayurveda is a being a 5,000 year history and whole lot of things what we are talking in India. But country like African countries like this, I don't know why Ayurveda is not recognized. So I strongly insist that we have to do something, work out on something like this. We have to make it done that government or Ayush ministry or whatever, they have to get it done for that. Like they have to recognize in the application itself, recognize that point. And otherwise we have to register ourselves under a local alternative or a traditional medicine council, which is not fair. After that, in Nigeria, in my Nigerian journey, then after along with my paperworks, meantime, because of my personal reasons, my dad got a health issues. I have to travel back to India. Then I come back to India. I did my post graduation in Panchakarma. Then I was teaching in Miam's Munial Ayurveda College in Manipal. Then once my husband planned to move to Ghana 2013, then I decided to join him because several reasons, like in Ghana is better than Nigeria to stay with the family, or it's good for kids education. And here too there is a lot of very good herbal practice is there, which is very popular, so popular as Ayurveda in India. Because in Nigeria also people are get it done, the x-rays or the diagnosis in a hospital for a fracture or some other problem. They'll come back to the local herbalist to get treated for the fracture. They don't go to hospital treatment. This my African Nigerian stay, I come to know that they are doing some marma chikisa to replace the prolapsed uterus. That even surprised me. I come to know by my housemaid. She was telling 2 to 3 sittings they did something kind of, she was explaining like a marma chikisa. The prolapsed uterus was fixed. Once I come to Ghana, then up to 1.5 years, I couldn't practice because of my second baby was small. Then 2015 onwards, I started practicing in Ghana. The very good response from the people. Maybe they don't know the term. Some even doesn't know the term called it is Ayurveda, but we convince them that it is a herbal medicine. Nobody has refused to take the medication or no negative response from the people. They received it very well. Here also the health ministry know naturopathy, homeopathy and other pathies, but they know even yoga, different types of yoga, but they don't know Ayurveda somehow. But anyhow, I have to register myself before I practice. So somehow I explain myself like, it is Ayurveda, Indian ancient system of science. And we do with the herbal medicine and massage and so many things. Then once you mention like herbs and massage, they understand that, okay, then you have to register yourself under a traditional medicine practice council, that is called TMPC. So legally, there is no issues to practice in Ghana for Ayurveda. Only you have to register certificates under TMPC, and we have to register the place. What we don't have in India is that we have to register the clinic and apply the list of medication for a FDA to approve what herbs we are using, what are all the medications we are using in our clinic. After you register, FDA will approve. There is no problem to practice Ayurveda here. But the problem is that if you are registering one single medicine, few years ago, like since 2015, I was researching on this aspect with the FDA people, like they are charging too much for registering a single medicine. Maybe the same company, different drug, like they'll cost, it costs up to 8,000 USD to 3,000 USD for a single drug registration, which is very high for one single drug. You know, Ayurveda, we have a lot of medications like Vatis, Churnas, Gritas, Asavas, Aristas and all. But one single drug like that, if you are registering, it costs a lot of money. So we have to do another line of business, like we have to take a distributionship of selling the medicine all over the Ghana. Otherwise, it is not working out for us. Then recently, there is another law came that we can apply for a registration, the medications, what we are really needs in our clinic, and with a less cost, we can practice, but we can't sell apart from our clinic. So we're supposed to use it only in our clinic. So that cost, the registration is a little lesser. So up to now, otherwise we used to carry the medication in a baggage, and whenever, as I'm traveling frequently, so we used to get with the baggages only, or we used to ask our friends to get small packages, or we used to use the courier services and all those stuff. Somehow we are managing with the. Still, only one challenge is that is the availability, the frequency or easy availability of Ayurvedic medicines in Ghana or Africa. Otherwise, there is no other issues in Ghana to practice Ayurveda. We get a lot of challenging and interesting cases. Sometimes, you know, we feel very sad to say that only few varieties of Charak or Himalayan formulations we are getting, and some pharmaceutical companies are importing them and they are selling for very expensive prices. Sometimes we have to see the patient's pocket also. We can't give the medicine what they are selling price, you know. Luckily, as I'm in a tropical country, so more than 50 herbs in and around in a capital city, Accra, I find it out, and we are using in a routine practice. I'm doing some chunas, teas and oils and all. So we are doing very good panchakarma practices. We are getting very fresh herbs like for Alepa and other therapies. I got an opportunity to learn here spinal alignment, myotherapy, reflexology, of course, all these some kind of marma chikisas we are doing here, and these are helpful to achieve a good result in cervical or lumbar spondylosis, arthritis, stroke, neuropathy cases, lifestyle disorders like diabetes, hypertension, thyroid, PCOD, PCOS, and all infertility cases. A lot of cancer patients also we are treating successfully with lot of rasayanas and other medications, and panchakarma with the diet and exercise and other yoga suggestions too. People will do mouth publicity. We are not using a single penny to publicity for ourselves. People are calling from all over the globe, like USA, UK, and other European countries also. People who get result, they will tell their relatives or friends, one Ayurvedic doctor is there in Ghana, they'll come back and collect the medicines. One of my professor used to say that, like, ladies shouldn't learn masters or something like that. That time we used to get surprised, like why he's telling like that. Maybe he's right, like, we have a kids, family, husband, lot of responsibilities. My opinion is that after all these responsibilities also, if we spend a good few hours quality time, and if we achieve such a way that people will get a good result like this, once we treat some challenging cases like this, at the end of the treatment, the blessings from the patients and the good wishes and the smile after a 7 days program, the treatment plan, the panchakarma therapies, they give a smile, that is worth to see that, which makes me to feel blessed or happy and proud. What else we need in this life apart from easy availability of medicines in Ghana? We don't have any other legal issues in Ghana to practice like USA or other countries. We can't use clinical words and disease, patient, this and that. Luckily, we are practicing almost as like India only, because Ghana is also like a tropical country and with the coastal belt. So most of the herbs what we are using in my college, like my hospital, SDM Udupi, we are using almost same most of the herbs I used to get. Even successfully once I treat prostate cancer and stroke patient also. Once they got a result, good result, they wanted to see my place, my college where I learned. I used to tell my experience like how a hospital is known for stroke treatment and all, and cancer treatment. So they used to come and see. They stayed there for 15 years. They enjoy the stay in India. So they are so happy for a good result, positive results. So the prostate cancer person, he did a PET scan later. He found he's out of cancer and he's so happy. Now he's leading a very good life. This is more than 3-4 years now. And in Ghana also, they have 7 herbal medical colleges. Lot of herbal medicine centers are there. Herbalists are there. They are practicing very good. Now people are aware of Ayurveda, but only the problem is that technically maybe in the ministries or registration is a one point where they don't know what is Ayurveda. So that way, if anybody can help us to work it out for registration. And one more thing I would like to tell that since 1980s, Dr. Samuel Sasu, whom I work with, he is practicing in Ghana since 1980s. He learned Ayurveda in USA and Haridwar Gurukul Kangri. More than 30-40 years now, he is successfully practicing. He's known as a chiropractor kind of practice. He's treating for spondylosis, cervical, lumbar, or stroke. But since I joined him, we are doing almost all the cases from fever to cancer. We are doing a lot of oral medications and therapies. It is my pleasure to say that God bring me here in Africa. It is worth that I spend some hours to treat such a people, nice people. Africans are a very good people. So I'm blessed. Successfully, I'm practicing Ayurveda and Panchakarma here. Thank you one and all to give me an opportunity to talk and share my experience. If anybody have any doubt, they can ask me. Thank you.
I request to Dr. Carolina from UK for her words. And there is a humble request to all the speakers that we have a limitation of time and we have only 5 minutes. So it is my humble request. Dr. Carolina from UK. Over to you, Dr.
Hi.
Carolina. Available?
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you very much to Dr. Diaz for the kind invitation to share some thoughts. I originally come from Poland, and since over 25 years I live in the UK, and I practice Ayurveda here. I've been blessed to study in India and in the UK itself. And currently I also work for the Ayurvedic Professionals Association, which is one of the association gathering all the practitioners in the UK. And the aim is to get some statutory rights for Ayurveda within the UK government, as well as provide the members with a community in which they can share their work and gain support, as well as we try to protect the public by listing practitioners with their qualifications and insurance details. So the public who approaches Ayurvedic practitioners is guaranteed to find doctors and practitioners who are fully trained. So the association works on different levels for the public, for Ayurveda as a system that wants to grow within the government and gets recognition, and as well for the practitioners themselves. So there are various associations in the UK, around 5 at the moment, who work parallel. So we're not one united body. We did try to unite a few years ago, but it seems that different doctors have their different ideas and different bodies run in parallel. The community is definitely growing, and the interest for use of Ayurveda is definitely growing over the last years. I think especially now when it's harder and harder to seek medical support within the national system, it seems like people are turning more and more towards Ayurvedic care, and beyond the typical massage and spa approach, but looking for resolution for their chronic conditions. So community is growing, and the interest for Ayurveda, the same way as it's grown for yoga, it's growing for Ayurveda here. I have also set up the Ayurveda Healing Foundation in Poland, where I'm from, in order to propagate the science of Ayurveda and educate and run Panchakarma retreats there. So I'm working on both in both countries in parallel. So yeah, I think it's very nice to hear from people who work in different countries how they're managing. We have access to some herbs here, not all of them. We are only able to work with herbal preparations. We cannot work with rasa preparations. And the idea is also to always dispense herbs after seeing a client in the face-to-face consultation. So rather than patients just getting herbs themselves, the regulation is so that we're supposed to prescribe and mix the herbs for each patient after we see them. And I think more and more, I'm more and more interested in trying to explore local herbs that grow freshly here rather than importing from India each time, and learn about perhaps herbs coming from the same family and some being available, explored within Ayurveda, and some growing here, and see if we can find correlations in the use, so that we are working more and more with local things and empowering people to prepare and grow herbs and grow their own food rather than always import. So yeah, that's a little story about UK. And if anybody would like to connect in the future, then I'll be very happy to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carolina, for your words. Dr. Carolina, thanks a lot. Now I'd like Babul Akhtar from Bangladesh to express his thoughts. Dr. Babul Akhtar, sir, over to you. Dr. Babul Akhtar, sir. Okay. Should I invite to the next speaker? I think some signal problem is there with Babul Akhtar, sir. So I would like to invite Dr. Padmini Damayanti, ma'am, from Sri Lanka. Over to you, Padmini Damayanti, ma'am. Dr. Padmini.
Evening to all. Ayubowan from Sri Lanka. I hope audible. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes. I think India, we are the only country where Ayurveda is recognized as a full system of medicine. And I am very lucky to have studied in India at the Gujarat Ayurveda University, where Professor Mahesh Vyas sir was one of my teachers. And here we have basically three types of education for the Ayurveda. We have traditional practitioners who learn from their family. And then we have people who learn from those practitioners as well as who goes to the university and Ayurveda colleges. And we have two Ayurveda colleges in Sri Lanka. One is at the Institute of Ayurveda at Rajagiriya. The other one is at Kalaniya, that is called as the Gampaha Vikramarachi Ayurveda University. It has been made into a university few months back. And then we have about 125 students each year who will become students of those colleges in each college. And then we have people who work for the government hospitals as Ayurvedic doctors. And we have people like me who do private practices, because I qualified in India as well as in, I studied partway through Sri Lanka as well. And we get registration as Ayurvedic medical practitioner once we reach here after getting graduated. And then there is a separate registration for the traditional practitioners, because as you all might know, we come from the land of Ravana, where King Ravana is very famous for his golden remedies. He was supposed to be a Siddha. I mean, if you are aware of the history. So those books still exist, and he was a master of preparing arka. Arka are the sort of like distillation process for the flowers. He has written a book where there are 18,000 plants, fruits, and flowers made into distillation. That is called as Arka Prakasha. That is still available in Sri Lanka. And the other thing is, I think the traditional medicinal system is also there in Sri Lanka. Like there are people who have been practicing with all the herbs that are here, which are very similar to the pharmacopoeia of India. So we have the basic similar climatic condition, the environmental condition where all the herbs grow here. We are very lucky in that way. That is why I think like when I was thinking back what I should offer here today, I was thinking that we have a lot of scope, just like India, for collaboration. Collaboration not only for the research, which is a must in future, I think, but also collaboration for the treatment. Like for example, those of who are in the West, if you find it difficult to treat them there, and if you want an authentic Panchakarma treatment, for example, you can bring your patients to Sri Lanka or India, which is happening a little bit now. But due to Corona, it all became very haphazard, where the traveling became banned or unsafe. But I think we are recovering slowly and slowly. So in future, I think there is a lot of scope for collaboration when it comes to treatment, because it might be a very good retreat, very good holiday, but at the same time, it might be a very good change of climate, because you can come to a very sunny weather here with good beaches, and maybe can have the treatment as well. So that is what I think like would be the future. We collaborate not only for the not only for sending standardized medicines, but which is not much happening in Sri Lanka. We don't send medicines anywhere, like we don't do that like India, but we have lots of green herbs, flowers, all the spices which are very genuine and organic here, which are growing. And then the climate is good, just like in India. So I think if you ever get to travel to Sri Lanka, you will see it's like a miniature India. So lots of hope for the Ayurveda, because if you are a registered if you have studied properly Ayurveda, if you have a certificate, then you can come to Sri Lanka, you can bring your patients here and then treat them in collaboration with another medical practitioner here. That is the good thing about this tiny island. So that is what I wanted to share. We feel those who are here, who are practicing Ayurveda, we are very lucky because we have the herbs and the good climate to practice Panchakarma. And because I know in other countries like UK, Europe, certain therapies like Nasyam, the Virechanam, purgation, you cannot give because it is unsafe and you cannot monitor your patient properly. But if you are here, I think it is possible. So thank you very much for allowing me to speak. And thank you very much for the patient listening. And I hope to stay in contact with all of you. It was very nice listening to everybody. Thank you very much, Mahesh Vyasji, for giving me this chance and for the Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad. Thank you, one and all.
Thanks a lot, Padmini ma'am, for your words and your invitation for Sri Lanka to visit Sri Lanka. Definitely, soon we will plan. Now we have Dr. Anna from Russia between us. I request you to Dr. Anna to express her views on Ayurveda practice in Russia. Over to Dr.
Доктор Анна, мы рады вас приветствовать. Расскажите, пожалуйста, про практику аюрведы в России.
Здравствуйте, уважаемые члены Вишва Аюрведа Паришад. Я очень рада принять участие в этом мероприятии.
Good evening, very respected members of Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad. I'm very happy to take part in this wonderful event.
Я из России, работаю с аюрведой последние 8 лет и изучаю ее под руководством доктора Танмай Госвами.
I'm from Russia and already for 8 years I am working with Ayurveda and studying this under the guidance of Dr. Tanmay Goswami.
Я применяю на практике все аюрведические знания и вижу реальные результаты, особенно в практике массажа и в практике аюрведических консультаций.
By myself and also in my practice, everything I know, I try to implement. I'm trying to apply in practice all the Ayurvedic methods of treatment, such as massage and different practices.
Я поддерживаю сообщество людей в России, которые имеют интерес к знаниям вед, к аюрведе, йоге, васту, медицинской астрологии.
Also, there are many people in Russia who are very much interested in knowledge of Ayurveda, of yoga, of Vastu, of medicine, astrology. So I'm communicating with all of them and trying to support them.
Отдельно хочу сказать о практике панчакармы. Ежегодно около 150 человек из России посещают Индию на практику детокс, очищение тела, принимают все процедуры.
Also, especially, I would like to mention Panchakarma practice because every year about 150 people, they are coming to India to have this treatment and to purify their body and take different procedures.
И применение всех медицинских трав и масел не только в Индии, но и далее в России дает очень-очень положительные результаты.
So I have this great experience that when people are starting to apply, take different medical herbs and different oils, it gives very great results, not only in India, but also in Russia.
И согласно полученным базовым знаниям аюрведы, люди далее после панчакармы придерживаются здорового образа жизни, и, конечно, это огромная польза.
And also this Ayurveda practice is giving such a great results because when people are coming to know about this practice, this treatment of Ayurveda, afterwards, once they have taken this treatment, they are starting to live pure life and support themselves with the healthy habits in life. So this is so wonderful.
Мы приезжаем в прекрасное место в Индии, это штат Карнатака. Рядом с городом Удупи находится Майтрея Аюрведа Ашрам. Мы очень любим это место, и каждый год наше сообщество множится, и приезжает больше и больше людей.
And our place in India is in the state of Karnataka, near the town of Udupi, and it's called Maitreya Ayurveda Ashram. And many people every year they're coming to take treatment there, and we are very inspired to give help to these people.
Также мы там получаем знания йоги, знания медитативных практик, что, конечно, бесспорно воздействует очень благодатно на внутренний и внешний мир людей. Люди меняются на глазах.
Also, we can observe that people are changing in front of our eyes. Why? Because we're not only trying to give them Ayurveda practices, but also we're including in our treatment the practice of yoga, of meditation, and this gives so auspicious and beneficial results.
И совместно к аюрведе подключаем знания медицинской астрологии, так как выявление генетических отклонений и каких-то ослабленных мест в гороскопе, требующих внимания, это очень-очень важно и помогает избежать серьезных болезней.
Also, we're giving a very great attention to medical astrology. Why? Because it helps us to understand deep-rooted diseases which are coming from for genetical reasons. And also by this medical astrology, we can see the weak places in the body and strong places in the body. So this helps us to avoid the serious problems.
Мы постоянно проводим развивательные семинары, какие-то вебинары и повышаем знания и уровень аюрведы.
Also, on the permanent basis, we're giving some webinars, some different educational programs, which are helping to people to become more deeper into this.
Эти знания очень уникальны, и, конечно же, доктор Танмай Госвами открывает нам дверь в этот мир.
And this knowledge is so unique, and we're so grateful to Dr. Tanmay Goswami, because for us, for foreign people, he's just an opening the doors by which we can come closer to know this deep Vedic ancient science.
От лица всего сообщества я приношу огромную благодарность за это развитие аюрведы и дачу знаний нам, русским людям.
And not only from myself, I would like to express the gratitude for this to Dr. Tanmay Goswami, but also from all of the people who came to know about this knowledge from him, because he is giving us a glimpse and a possibility to touch this ancient Vedic system of Ayurveda.
Я также благодарю всех вас за то, что вы дискутируете на эту тему, улучшаете и внедряете в жизнь все то, что новое, что полезно людям.
Also, I'm very much grateful to each and every one of you, because you are helping people so much by doing such webinars, such meetings, and really it's very helpful, beneficial, and auspicious.
Благодарю вас, спасибо большое за внимание.
Thank you so much for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Anna. Thanks a lot for your efforts. That first you have given your speech in Russian, and then you used a translator to make us understand your views. Thanks a lot. Now I would like to invite Dr. Mithilesh Sahasar from Nepal to express his views. Dr. Mithilesh Sahasar, over to you, sir. Dr. Mithilesh Sahasar.
Yes, sir. I'm audible.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Thank you very much. Om Dhanvantare Namaha. Om Guruve Namaha. Namaste and good evening to all. I think it's second time and we are all together again. It's my again immense pleasure to be the part and share the status of Ayurveda in Nepal. For this, I would like to thank Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, all the respected members, my guru, Professor Dr. Mahesh Vyas sir, for inviting me. Greeting from Nepal. Honorable, respected Vice Chancellor sir, respected all the delegates. While talking about Nepal, it is very rich in traditional and the use of traditional medicine. In the country, there are nearly about 60 traditions and about 80% of the populations are dependent upon traditional medicine for their primary health care. But remind it, it's primary health care. Here we can observe that people here are using more than one type of healthcare system, and it is only because the concept of having medicine availability, cost preferences, the type of ailments, and most of that is faith. Among all, Ayurveda is the first choice, and hence it is the national system of medicine in Nepal. And I think Sri Lanka, coming from South Sri Lanka, India, and Nepal, in linear position, it's have the same system of practice in the field of Ayurveda. If we look the past of Ayurveda system in Nepal, the education system was the first professional education system, and it has also the oldest applied aspect. And the third one is the manufacturing part. It has also the first, the oldest one, which we have in the form of Singarwar Vidyakhana. Looking at the rich resources as the manuscript, it's available in many languages, scripts, materials, but it has been preserved in national libraries, national archives, at personal treasures. I think it's there has not been a lot more works in this manuscript level, but the manuscript has almost in all the branches of Ayurveda. The work seems to be a lot of things to be done in the field of manuscript, and the history of its existence, the history of its the importance of Ayurveda in Nepal can be observed from the Kashyap Samhita, which was written by Nepal Rajguru Pandit Hemraj Sharma sir. It's a great example, and it took the long past history. Without taking much more time, I would like to share at the present status what is the Ayurveda condition in Nepal. In education sector, it has 2 universities where BMS and MD course has been provided. One from Tribhuvan University, where BMS course and MD course is being provided, but MD course is still in only Kai Chikitsa, while from Nepal Sanskrit University, it is only running bachelor degree, and all the PCL level, some of the courses are being run there. The acceptance of human resources is at the optimum level, but the experience-based or the skilled manpower, human resources are lacking in the country, because all those human resources are being utilized by Department of Ayurveda and Alternative Medicine, teaching hospitals, manufacturing companies, research centers, and many more, because all those systems are existing in Nepal. The service delivery we can observe from central level to the district or even at the municipality level. Ayurveda services are available in many forms. For example, Nagrik Arogya Karyakram, they are serving Jyesht Nagrik Karyakram, Satavari for breastfeeding women, and many more activities are being continuously run by the government under the supervision of Department of Ayurveda and Alternative Medicine. We have also the long history of another manufacturing institution, as I told before, Singdarwa Khana Vikas Samiti, where the classical and traditional paste products are being manufactured. And on this part, I would like to say there is a special type of a Chyawanprash. The Chyawanprash ingredients having one special ingredient of Yarsa Gumba, and named it as special Chyawanprash being manufactured, and another one is Shilajit. These two products are highly demanded from Singdarwa Khana Vikas Samiti. Newly, we have a well-equipped research center, that is Nepal National Ayurveda Research and Training Center, where the innovative and documentation work is being done as a part of research. As governing body, we have Nepal Ayurveda Medical Council, in which I am also the member of that particular current system. This is the part as a regulatory body in Nepal. But seeing all those things, I must thank the pandemic of COVID-19. Sorry for say that, but it's true. After the pandemic, the acceptance of Ayurveda, especially by the government of Nepal, is seen now. Although the plan for Vidushi Yogmaya Ayurveda Vishwavidyalaya, Panchakarma Center, Char Sutra Center, and many more was in sleeping stage, which has been taken at the prime interest by the Prime Minister of Nepal. Recently, Nepal government has announced 100-bedded Ayurveda hospitals at all the 7 provinces level, which is a great achievement for all the members. But still, I request you all that the presence of human resources in the field, specialized human resources in Nepal, seems to be still in lacking stage because of MD only running in Kai Chikitsa in Ayurveda campus, Truma University. This all suggests we have having everything bearing long history, but quality assurance in every sector seems to be supported. It should have collaboration. It needs qualified resources. Then only I think it can generate wealth and fame, both as Nepal is rich in many species. I think most of us know that it is said to be the Nepal is rich in herbal drugs, but rich in species of herbal drugs and also rich in diversity. We had learned in Ayurveda classics, the drugs available at high altitude are more potent. So I think the collaboration approach globally with Ayurveda, in the field of Ayurveda with Nepal, can provide potent services to all human beings, to all mankind. I think this is what I would like to share. Once again, thanks to complete members and all the participants for hearing me, and hope Nepal could be the choice for the developmental work in coming future in the field of Ayurveda. Thank you. Thank you very much, one and all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mithilesh sir. Now we have Dr. Dilbag Jindal from Poland with us. I request to Dr. Dilbag Jindal sir to express his views. Over to Dr. Dilbag Jindal.
Thank you, Karthike, and thanks a lot, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, for inviting me here and share my view on this auspicious occasion. I would like to say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We can see the one word family. As one of the doctor was saying, definitely we have to connect with our root. So Ayurveda is definitely the proud of India. But now we can see that you go anywhere, any part of the world, you will be having some or other practitioners, some therapeutics, some drugs. Ayurveda is so known worldwide. Talking about my experience, first I want to share about myself. I'm junior among many of my gurus here. My journey started with Ayurveda from my family onwards. My grandfather, my father, they all are from Ayurveda. My family itself is having 5 Ayurveda doctors. So after the completion of my post-graduation in Panchakarma from my prestigious college, SDM College of Ayurveda, Hassan, I was proud alumni and proud student of Padma Awardee Professor Dr. Gurdeep Singh Ji. Under his guidance, I was able to complete my my thesis. I came to Poland few years back, and since I came here, I'm getting huge response. People are very well aware about Ayurveda here, and I'm very proudly saying that not only in Poland, in many other European countries where I have my colleagues under the flagship of Shri Shri Ayurveda, we are serving to European people the real taste of Ayurveda, the authentic Ayurveda. I was happy to hear that Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, when I was in my post-graduation also, you people organize very nice, the authentic programs. Is one of the authentic body of Ayurveda, which works uplifting the status of Ayurveda, not only in India, the worldwide. So it's my heartful thanks to organize such events here and the worldwide. In future also, I would like to collaborate with the Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad to do this kind of seminars more and more. I would like to collaborate with the Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad to organize European Ayurveda Congress, which we are planning next coming years. So I'll be happy if many of professors of Ayurveda, the dignitaries of Ayurveda in Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad, if they can come and share their experiences with us. Ayurveda in Poland, if I want to say, so here we are promoting Ayurveda as authentic Ayurveda, not like as many of the previous speakers were saying. Definitely we have to open our eyes that the malpractice under the name of Ayurveda we can prevent. So we are happy that here we get extensive help from the Indian Embassy of Poland. The present ambassador, Mrs. Nagma Malikji, and the previous ambassador, Mr. Sevang Namgyalji, we were associated very closely with them. And not only Ayurveda Day, International Yoga Day, we were celebrating together. We do organize Panchakarma, we do organize different workshops, we do organize different consultation camps. My specialty is not only Panchakarma, I do Nadi Pariksha also here, which is one of the very special contribution from Ayurveda to all over the world. From this pandemic, we learned a lot, and we got a huge response because, in European countries, if I want to say, definitely we treat the cancer disorders as previous doctors were sharing their experiences. We do different chronic disorders with Ayurveda, but not only this physiological diseases, pathological diseases, as well as we do a lot in the psychological disorders as well. Last year, we were doing many online events to bring the people's mental condition into the harmony. We were giving many meditations, many breathing workshops, yoga. I remember the word of my Gurudev, His Holiness Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji, who used to say that an Ayurveda doctor cannot treat the patient only by giving some tablets. When we were practicing Panchakarma in India, so we used to treat with the different Panchakarma, but we have to educate to the people. We used to say that Abhyanga is not just like a simple massage, which you can do at your home. So it's a therapeutic procedure. So here again, we have to educate to the people in Europe that Ayurveda is not like you just go to some ecological shop and buy some ashwagandha and start taking. Ayurveda is more. Ayurveda is more than just taking some herbs. Ayurveda, which connects us from body, mind, and conscious level. So we work from this route, from this perspective of Ayurveda, and I'm very happy that I'm getting a huge response in Poland. As Carolina was also mentioning that she's from Poland, and she's not only serving in Poland, she's also serving in UK. So I'm also happy that I have many colleagues in almost every European countries who are spreading the beauty of Ayurveda. I'm also happy to share here that last year, because of the pandemic, I was able to write down as a book, and I wrote a book on Ayurveda, which got published in Polish language, which was inaugurated last year on World Ayurveda Day. And till now, we have already sold more than 4,000 copies of this book, which itself is showing that people are really very interested in this topic. And future is definitely for Ayurveda. So I would like to appeal all my colleagues, all my juniors, seniors to come. Don't limit Ayurveda only in India. If you get any opportunity, come visit some countries, spread this beautiful science, and spread Ayurveda. And that is what I said in the starting, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We should not limit ourselves only that it is the Indian system of medicine. It's a universal system of medicine, and I am very proud to say that we belong from this fraternity. With this, I again extend my heartful thanks to Dr. Kartike, Dr. Mahesh Vyas sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Dr. Aparna ma'am from Indonesia, Dr. Aparna Padmanabhan. Over to you, Dr. Aparna. I think she is not able to listen us. I would like to invite our next speaker, Dr. Santokh Singh from UK. Dr. Santokh Singh. Sir, are you available? Sir, can you listen to us, Dr. Santokh Singh?
Somebody's Anil Shuklaji's mute. Please mute. Anil Prakashji, can you mute it?
Mute anyone. So please be attentive. You can mute anyone.
Kartikeya, please mute Anil Prakash.
Dr. Santokh Singh, sir. Can you listen to me? Dr. Aparna ma'am from Indonesia.
Dr. Karthikji, please invite Dr. Gauri Junarkar.
Okay. Okay, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Gauri Junarkar from USA. Dr. Gauri Junarkar. I think she is getting connected. I requested Dr. Suren Chaudhary, sir, that we have a message from Dr. Gauri Junarkar. Can you please, sir, Dr. Hetai Lin from Myanmar, are you available, sir, now to deliver your lecture? Dr. Hetai Lin? Any speaker who was not available at their time, are they available now? Dr. Linia Forderer, Dr. Aparna ma'am from Indonesia, Dr. Linia Forderer from USA, Dr. Santokh Singh, sir, from UK. I think due to technical glitch, they are not able to connect. They were connected previously, but at this moment, they are not able to connect.
There is some.
So should we move to our next stage of the webinar? Dr. Motoko Sito, Dr. Motoko Sito from Japan. Dr. Motoko, are you available right now?
Kartikeya, let me play the video of which you are talking about. Dr. Juneka Rollard is the name.
Right, sir. Please, sir.
Fort Worth. So today I'm going to share some of my experience when it comes to Ayurveda in the global perspective as well. I'm based here in the US, and we find that, when it comes to Ayurveda, people are actually seeking out Ayurveda. Because of the popularity of yoga over here, Ayurveda is also becoming extremely popular. We find that people are seeking out Ayurveda, especially when it comes to gut health, when it comes to digestive issues. A lot of times people come in asking for, when it comes to weight management as well as when it comes to diabetes. We also find that, Ayurveda is excellent, again, for stress management as well. Now, along with being a Vaidya, I also am trained as a registered licensed dietitian here in the United States. So one of the things I definitely focus on is the food aspect and teaching and educating people about food and the importance of food or ahara according to Ayurveda. It's very important to talk about how food plays an important role, especially the different spices as well and the benefits as well. Not only that, it's important to make people aware about when to eat the food, the quantity, and again, different foods according to the dosha type as well. So to create more balance as well. So what we find is that definitely there's a lot of awareness about Ayurveda here in the United States, and people are actively
Namaste.
seeking
I'm too much thankful
Ayurveda
to all the
to add
teachers,
Ayurveda
family,
as
and
part
all
of
persons
their
involved in this
daily
webinar.
routine as well,
Respected
to
my
add
Guru Shri
Ayurveda as
Albi
part of
Tiwariji
their
from
wellness care or the wellness plan as well. The Ayurveda plays a lot of emphasis, especially in the seasonal foods and the seasonal diet. So that's something also people are very interested here, is learning how Ayurveda can actually help with boosting the immunity, especially with the change of the seasons, how Ayurveda can actually help with managing stress, especially as well. And we find in today's lifestyle that we experience stress on a daily basis. And it's important that, we emphasize on the stress management aspect of Ayurveda. Something as simple as, Abhyanga is something that I always talk about to my clients and recommend them about Abhyanga. Things like, some of the other therapies we have, which are really very popular with a lot of clients, is the Shirodhara, Pindasvedan as well. And especially, the Ayurvedic food plan, the Ayurvedic care plan that we provide to our clients is, again, very, very popular. So when it comes to Ayurveda, one of the things that that is becoming very popular and people are asking a lot is especially the Ayurvedic diet as well.
Namaste.
And the Ayurvedic nutrition part is becoming, again, very popular here. People are seeking more about how we can create more balance with our gut health through foods. How we can include some of the seasonal foods, some of the spices and things in our diet as well. That is also very important. So the clients, when they come in to our center, one of the things they also ask about is definitely about the different Ayurvedic therapies and how these different Ayurvedic therapies can help with the stress management. As I said earlier, helps a lot with the joint management as well. Helps a lot with weight management as well. The other thing that people really like here, as well as and are actively seeking, is the education aspect of Ayurveda, as more awareness is getting created about Ayurveda. So that is one thing that I would definitely look at, is again, the Ayurvedic diet is becoming very popular, the therapies, as well as the Ayurvedic education as well. Popular. So Ayurveda is very popular, coming very popular here in the United States. And I see a very bright future for Ayurveda and what it has to offer to all the people, especially when it comes to their health and wellness as well. So with that, I would just say thank you for inviting me to be a speaker here. And my best wishes to all of you. Thanks a lot, and have a wonderful day.
She was Dr. Gauri Junarkar from USA. Now I request to Dr. Suren Chaudhary sir to call Dr. Motoko Sito from Japan. Over to you, Dr. Suren Chaudhary sir. if any other speaker who is left, like Dr. Santok Singh sir from UK, Dr. Aparna ma'am from Indonesia, Dr. Linia Further from USA, if anyone is available. Okay, Dr. Motoko Sito is there.
My Guru Shri O.P. Tiwariji from Kaivalya Dharma Yoga Institute and Professor Mahesh Vyas for inviting me as a guest speaker in this webinar. Once again, I'd like to express my deep gratitude to them. Today, I'd like to talk about the project related to Ayurveda that I'm involved in Japan. Myself, Dr. Motoko Saito, I encountered Ayurveda in 1992 as a surgeon using Kshara Sutra for the surgical treatment of anal fistula patients. From 2009, I started to conduct yoga class in hospital for the patients and the medical staff. Because of my career of medical doctor who practices yoga, my guru Shri O.P. Tiwariji encouraged me to study Ayurveda at Gujarat Ayurveda University in order to understand and utilize yoga as a therapy. During 3 months course of Introductory of Ayurveda at the university, I had a great opportunity to take lectures by Professor Mahesh Vyas, which impressed me with the depth and scientific potential of Ayurvedic medicine. In fact, our city, Fukui, Japan, where I was born and live, was a hot spring tourist destination where large groups of people visit by big bus, had big meals in 2 days and 1 night, and left. However, in the spring of 2020, the pandemic of COVID-19 caused people and lights to disappear from hotels. The 650 square meter tatami mat hall, which is usually crowded with many people, was vacant. With this difficult situation, the tourism industry in Awara Onsen has reached a major turning point where the past hotel management does not work. Now, I would like to briefly introduce Japanese hot spring culture. The number of fountainheads of hot spring is more than 27,000. The number of hot spring resorts in Japan is about 3,000. In Japan, a hot spring culture has existed for 1,400 years. Hot spring cure, which is called toji in Japanese, means the act of staying in a hot spring area for a long period of time, usually for 2 to 4 weeks, to receive spa treatment for a specific illness. In Awara Onsen, the god of medicine, which is called Yakushi Nyorai, similar to Lord Dhanvantari, is enshrined in 3 places, and it has prospered as a hot spring town since ancient times. Last year, I proposed a plan to the Awara city tourism industry from the perspective of creating a unique destination that incorporate modern medicine, Japanese hot spring culture, Ayurveda, and yoga. Fortunately, I can get the support of many people in Awara city. As a starting point, in November 2020, when the situation was in COVID-19, we held a yoga retreat with sufficient social distancing. Therefore, the landladies of major hotels paid attention to the possibility of yoga and Ayurveda. Furthermore, on June of this year, I hosted the first big yoga event of International Day of Yoga in Awara Onsen as the Executive Committee Chairperson. With the full cooperation of Kaivalya Dharma Yoga Institute, we connected India and Japan online and gave yoga practice and lectures. The event was a success with 120 visitors in the hall and total 900 participants, including live viewing. In this way, a project has begun to utilize the hospitality of the hotel landladies and make it the centerpiece of wellness tourism with yoga and Ayurveda in Awara Onsen. Currently, as a care for patients with after symptoms of COVID-19, the administration of Izumi Ozu City, Osaka Prefecture, is providing a support program including yoga and Ayurveda. I'm also involved in this project. This is an actual plan in Awara Onsen. Dosha diagnosis is used as the centerpiece of tailor-made hospitality menu, such as meals, activities, how to take a bath, and treatments. There are many unique Japanese traditional hotels with hot spring. They have a garden full of seasonality, and we propose a recommended hotel or spots in the city according to dosha of each guest. We have started a demonstration experiment to evaluate the effect of the program using autonomic function measurement and psychological test. As practical and useful souvenirs, we want guests to bring back home the experience and knowledge for application of Ayurvedic principles in daily life. This slide is the last one. For making a bridge between India and Japan, what can we do in Awara Onsen? We have 3 requests. Please pay attention in this project. We would like to ask you for your cooperation to spread the message of Ayurveda. And please support for learning Ayurveda. Now, 3 invitations for all of you. Please feel Japanese culture and nature. We hope you to create a program together that is suitable Japanese climate and culture. Hope to have joint research about the benefit of onsen as Swedana. We welcome you all in our onsen in your future. Thank you for your attention. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to all of you for giving me this opportunity to talk. Dhanyavadam.
Thanks to Dr. Motoko Sito from Japan. We got a lot of information about the practice of Ayurveda in Japan, and she gave invitation also to us to collaborate in many ways. Thanks a lot once again. And this will be a great pleasure to have Ashir Dr. Rogi on this occasion. Dr. Yogesh Mishra ji, sir, please give us some on this occasion. Sir, you are visible and audible too.
Thank you, Dr. Kartikeji, and thank you to all the persons who are engaged in today's business to perform, to have a lot of persons from our world to contact and to discuss the problems of Ayurveda in their countries and the perspectives of Ayurveda also. I think Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad will continue these efforts on the international wing of its own, and will make a very grand success in publicity of the Ayurveda to all over the world. Thanks again to all of you. Thanks, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your Ashirvachan. And now I would like to invite Professor Dr. K.K. Divedi, sir, for his
Thank you, Dr. Kartikeya ji.
Over to you,
On behalf of Vishwarit Parshad, I'm thankful to the chairperson of today, Professor Sunil Joshi ji, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Uttarakhand Ayurveda University, Dehradun. I'm thankful to the eminent speakers of today, Dr. Hiteleen, Dr. Lucita Fernanda, Dr. Raksha Sethi, Dr. Carolina, Dr. Babu Lakhtar, Dr. Padmini, Dr. Anna Vasileva, Dr. Dilbag Jindal, Dr. Mithilesh ji, Dr. Linia, Dr. Gauri Junarkar, Dr. Aparna Padmanabhan, Dr. Santosh Singh ji, and Dr. Motoko Sieto. We are also thankful to the coordinator of this program, Dr. Kartikeya Tyagi ji, for nicely organizing this program, and the team of Vishwarit Parshad, including Professor Yogesh Misra ji, Professor S.P. Misra ji, Professor Govind Shukla ji, Professor Ashwini ji, Vaidya Swaminath Mishra ji, Professor Suren Chaudhary ji. And we are also thankful to Professor Mahesh Vyas ji, who has assigned this work and very nicely organized the program. Most of the speakers are very much related with Professor Mahesh Vyas ji. This is also beauty of our this webinar, that Professor Baldev Dhiman ji, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Krishna Ayurveda University, Kurukshetra, Dr. V.K. Agnihotri ji, Dr. Pawan Sharma ji, Professor B.R. Tripathi ji, Vaidya Premanand and other eminent members of our Vishwarit Parshad have heard the program without any, from very beginning. We also feel proud of the people who were the eminent speakers of today, that you are the actual person who are spreading the traditional medical system of India, that is Ayurveda, across the world. You are really our brand ambassador for this field. We have discussed the problem of each country, their limitation, way of practice, and other aspects also. I hope that we can continue our deliberation in future also to solve the problems and promotion of Ayurveda with your help and guidance. With all these words, I'm thankful to all the listeners who are from south to north, east to west. With all this, I'm again thankful to all the persons who have attended this program. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, Kartikeya ji. I think Shanti Mantra we can recite.
Right, sir.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukh bhag bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good night. Shubhratri.